Hello everyone, this is Just a Dad. Today I'm going to show you this Mr. Coffee combo brewer if it's not working. If you are trying to do a single serve K-cup and say nothing's coming out, or if you can't get the add water light to go away, I'm going to show you a few things that I ran across when I was using this coffee maker. First, let's do a K-cup. So you've got your filter basket here. This is the K-cup holder. And let's say you've been doing K-cups for a while. It may be time to clean the needles. So take your K-cup out. What you're going to need is just a standard paper clip. So be careful, we got some sharp needles here. But here we've got the top needle. We can see we got coffee grounds around it already. But there's an opening on this one side and it goes up. So we may have coffee grounds stuck in there. And the best way to do this is take it over to the sink, and while you're running this paper clip up here, flush it out. Now we can go through the top too. This hole right here, we got to push the paper clip down there and we can see the needle. Now it's not going to go all the way through because it's angled at the bottom. But and again, take this over to the sink, and while you're pushing this paper clip up and down, flush that out really well. You could have a bunch of coffee grounds in there that's not letting the water come through that needle. Now we've also got a bottom needle, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to flip this over now. Here is the opening for the bottom needle. It's right here. And again, we're not going to be able to push the paper clip all the way through because that needle is angled right there. There's a little bit of an angle in it, but we want to flush that out, run water through there while I'm running this paper clip through this hole. This is kind of like a standard Keurig that you've got to clean the needles once in a while. Now mine has not clogged up yet, but I wanted to do a video on how to clean the needles on the K-cup side of this Mr. Coffee. Again, I do have some little pipe cleaners. They work okay, but the paper clip is just definitely, yeah, see, this is probably a really small pipe cleaner, and it doesn't really do that good of a job. You definitely just want to use just a standard old paper clip, metal, not with the plastic coating or anything on it, just like that. Those are the only openings you got to clean. You don't have to clean these openings. That's where the hot water is going to go into the K-cup, and then here is where it's going to come out. It's also a good idea just to kind of clean this whole area with a brush. This area is kind of hard to clean sometimes, and coffee splatters up in here, so it's a good time to just kind of clean this whole area. And then here's the brew basket. This is where the K-cup holder goes in. And you can see that's where it sticks down right there. It's going to come out right in that area there. And when the brew basket is installed, it presses down on this little button right here, and that's what opens the plunger in the bottom, the Pause Brewing. So you can see that little white plunger is moving. That opens it up. Otherwise, when you're doing a standard pot of coffee, when the coffee maker's in, it's going to push that lever in the back, and that's going to push that, and that's going to cause the plunger to open up to let the coffee out. But when you're doing a K-cup, this big basket here pushes down on that. That's why it's kind of springy. You got to push down on it. That's what pushes down that. Okay, so there was one more thing I found. When I first installed my water filter, this is kind of a new design for Mr. Coffee, but when I first installed this water filter, I had an add water light come on. Even though my water reservoir was completely full, water wasn't getting through that filter at the very beginning. So I'm going to simulate that. So I had the water completely filled up to here, and then I pressed the Brew Now button. So I can't get it to do it now, but it said add water here. Even though my reservoir was completely full of water, my add water light was coming on and nothing would come out of the brewer. What I had to do is I just had to take the filter out. Once I took the filter out and set it off to the side, the machine started to work. What I think happened is sometimes when you put the filter in, like when it's brand new, I have a setup procedure on it. You're supposed to get it all soaked and rinsed thoroughly. But even when I did that, it can't suck the water through the filter sometimes. So if it can't draw the water into the machine through the filter, then your add water light will come on and nothing will happen. So you just got to take the filter out, let it prime the pump again. Once it primed and everything, I was able to put the filter back in, and then the machine was working fine. So I haven't ran across that yet, but I did see that the first time I set it up. That's why I wanted to show you. So this machine's been very nice. It's a very nice Mr. Coffee Maker. I've got a detailed review on it. I'm going to show you how to descale it with white vinegar. And I have another video on how to set the delay brew. This thing allows you to set the delay brew for a full pot of coffee or a single cup K-cup. Thanks everybody for watching. And if you could, please like and subscribe.